Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. Thanks for joining me again today. Slap a like on the video. Give me a subscribe if you are so inclined. It'll probably be a shorter video today. This is the first day I made 2 videos. If you should check out my video this morning hiking the desert in Arizona when before it got to 100 degrees this morning, and got to even show off a little blooming saguaro cactus. It's beautiful out there this time of year, and it's before it gets to 110, 115 right now, so it's nice. But so this will be a shorter video. Not much to cover really. Let's just look at the markets, and I think this is amazing, right? I'm still the only person that I've seen with this support line, and I'm sorry to say, but I think it's beautiful, right? I drew this support line more than 2 weeks ago, before we even hit it that first time on that first red candle way back here on May 11th. And I said, hey, I think this support line will hold. And if you've watched my previous videos, this support line goes back a year and several months, right? It's a long ass support line. And look at that. We've hit it several times. We hit it, we wicked down to it. I mean, we wicked below it, right, initially. On May 11th, but we closed above it, and then May 12th we wicked way down. That was the big dump, associated with the Terra Luna dump. But we closed above it, and we've wicked down to it several times. We had this candle close on directly on top of it on May 18th. We wicked down to it on the 20th, and today, look at this. I mean, it was beautiful. Today we wicked down to it, had a little spike in volume, and we're well above it right now, right? So hey, you know what? Give me some love. I think that alone is worth a like and a subscribe, right? I mean, I've seen all sorts of people on crypto Twitter, crypto YouTube talking about symmetrical triangles and how we're breaking above it, and then we break below it, and then we're back in the triangle, and all this other crap. It's a descending channel. We've been in it for over a year. I've been telling you about it for weeks, right? Weeks. And we've respected that support line. And that's the reason I keep saying I don't think we're going to 20K. I don't think we're going to 15K. And that's the other thing I'm hearing all over crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube, but that we're going to 20K. And I said this on my video this morning on my hike. If everybody, how many people have you heard say we're going to 20K because that's where the 200-week EMA is, or whatever that is, right? If everybody is saying that, the money will not let that happen. Why are they going to just let it go to everybody's predicted price so they can buy in there? I mean, if everybody's expecting it, they're never going to let you get it down there. Or it's going to wick way below that, right? They're going to let everybody buy in at 20K, and then they're going to send it down to 10K. And since I think that is extremely unlikely, that is the reason I say we're not going to 20K, because they don't want the big money doesn't want the majority of the people to be right. And the majority of the people are hardly ever right. So if everybody's saying 20K, we're not going to 20K. That's not going to be the end, right? It's just not going to just make everybody happy. Everybody buys their 5 Bitcoin at 20K, and then it goes up to a million, right? That's not going to happen. So that's still my prediction. We're not going to 20K. I think, I've been saying by tomorrow we should start moving up to 31, over to that $30,600 level that we've been stuck at. That's been the upper range, right? For the past 16 days we've been hovering above my support line. So give me a like, give me a subscribe, because I've told you about the support line, and it has held perfectly, right? So I think that's worth something, right? Okay. But follow me on crypto Twitter, because I keep posting there about the support line. And if we do break above it, right, I have some resistances above that I will more than be willing to share, I'll post them on Twitter, and I'll post them here. But I think I need some likes and subscribers to know that maybe hopefully I'm providing you some valuable information, and that you're getting some value out of this, because I've made so many mistakes in crypto. I've made some horrible trades, and I think I've learned something over the past 5 years, which is kind of one of the reasons that I came here, right? The short-term reason, if you've been watching any of my videos, short-term reason was to dispel some of this FUD, because there's so many people giving you FUD, and we're going to 15, 12K. I just don't think it's going to happen. So the other thing is we talked about this yesterday on my video, right? the Fed came out today and gave some updated economic releases. So this morning, they revised the estimate of US GDP that showed economic activity fell at a 1.5% annualized rate in the first 3 months of 2022, which was lower or higher, right? It's worse than the initial estimate at 1.4%. And that 1.4% was a shocker of a number. So Bloomberg economists had anticipated the second reading to come in at a negative 1.3. And then the unemployment insurance applications ticked back down in the latest weekly data to 210,000 this week. So, I'm thinking if we look at what happened today on the stock market, right? I mean, it flew. The NASDAQ was up 2.6. The S&P almost 2, 1.99. Dow 1.6, right? And it's kind of a shocker that those went up so drastically, but Bitcoin and the rest of crypto lagged. I mean, Ethereum and Cardano kind of took a hit today, right? But they've been tracking the stock market for months and months, and all of a sudden now they're diverting, and not diverting in the way I think most people in crypto expected. But I think maybe the reason the stock market shot up so much today is because when these estimates, the GDP estimates, are coming in worse than expected 2 months in a row, right? That I think maybe the market is starting to think the Fed can't keep raising rates. And in the minutes yesterday, we'll just go to that real quick. The minutes yesterday that came out of their latest Fed meeting, and they basically said in this middle paragraph here that the minutes released Wednesday from the Fed's May policy meeting setting meetings indicated the majority of officials were strongly committed to rate hikes of 50 basis points at each of the next 2 meetings in June and July, and then maybe 25 points thereafter, right? I think it went on to say somewhere else. So I think maybe the market, and this is just my personal opinion, the market saw these worse GDP numbers and is thinking, hey, maybe the Fed will ease up a little bit, right? The economy, the market itself are kind of doing what the Fed is behind the 8 ball in doing, right? They're raising rates to get inflation down. But if the economy is slowing by itself and the stock market is crashing, right, it's kind of taking care of itself. When the economy is crashing, or not crashing, but it's slowing down, right? Negative GDP year over year is telling you that the economy is slowing down and that the demand isn't quite there that was expected. And so if there's no demand, increased supply, prices go down. So I think maybe the market is thinking, if we keep getting these crappy GDP numbers, maybe we won't get the rate hikes, which would be, bullish for stocks and maybe crypto. I don't know. So that's my thought on that. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure, remember, we talked about this yesterday in my video, but keep an eye out for this tomorrow. This bottom paragraph here, the PCE report will follow tomorrow. Which will provide further clues regarding consumer spending and whether inflation peaked in March, as other indicators have suggested. So, right, the CPI number, which is kind of the headline number that tells us what inflation is, that has started to go down on the last report that they issued in May, at the beginning of May. And this is kind of a leading indicator of this number that's coming out tomorrow, this PCE number. It's a leading indicator of where CPI will be. So if it continues to kind of melt down, I think the market will take that as another good sign that, hey, especially if it's a big jump down, right? The market will see that, hey, inflation is going down, the Fed rate hikes are working, the slowdown in the economy is working, inflation is going down. Maybe they won't keep increasing rates at the rate or the amount that we're expecting them to do over the next 6 months. So that's a number just to keep your eye open for tomorrow, because that will have an impact on the stock market, which should also have an impact on crypto. But it's now I'm starting to wonder what's going on, because it's they're diverging. The market has kind of been doing well this whole week, and crypto is just going sideways. But I still think we're going up, and I still think we're going to start going up tomorrow. I predicted this last week, right? On Friday, I said, I think we'll start going up on Monday. It's been delayed. It's been delayed. These are just my opinions, right? You need to do this research yourself and figure it out for yourself. But we can't stay on this plane forever. Either I'm going to be wrong and we're going to go down to 20K. I still don't think that's going to happen because that's what everybody's expecting. Or I'm going to be right and we're going to start moving up. They're just moving along this line for the next 3 months is not what's going to happen. So I'm expecting some fireworks tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, I love you very much. I hope everybody's doing well. It's just a crazy time. Follow me on crypto Twitter at crypto_liberal. Give me a like, give me a subscribe here. And I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Ban the guns. Love you all. Have a good night. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Good night.